Y'all, the case of Wendy Williams versus Wells Fargo is heating up. Wendy has affirmatively come out, and her lawyers, and her as well, are demanding that Wells Fargo show cause. They are demanding that Wells Fargo show cause. In new court documents, it has been put out that Wendy Williams is demanding that Wells Fargo show cause for why they overstepped their fiduciary duty and why they will not give her money. Y'all, this is deep, and this confirms a lot of things that we've been hearing about. So you guys ready for this update? All right, I know you are. But before we do that, hit the subscribe, notifications, like, and if you want a deep dive into these documents, please go and check out my live. There will be a link before when I went into the court documents in detail with the lawyer's touch. Esquire Just Jonda, right? And also all the other up-to-the-minute current updates. Okay, let's get into this mess, because you know we love it. And Wendy, even when Wendy is not with us, she is still keeping the streets talking. I know that's right. A queen will always be a queen. Let's get into this. Wendy Williams herself has gone on record and said that she believes, and this is paraphrasing, that Lori Schiller, this is her financial advisor, literally after she was fired, went without cause or reason to the legal department of Wells Fargo and said that she believes that Wendy is of unsound mind. Now, the thing to think about this, and this is what Wendy's saying, how am I unsound mind now? But when I had you managing my money and you had all your fingers and getting commission, I wasn't of unsound mind? How does this work? How does this work? Now, it's important to realize that while this woman was fired, right? When this woman was fired, then she went. Now, here's the one thing that Wendy's attorneys keep arguing about. One, right? Even if we believe that what we believe is a made-up fantasy about Wendy being of unsound mind, there are two things that you're forgetting that does not explain what you are doing. Something isn't adding up. One, the only way that you can trigger the unsound mind thing is the fact that under the bank's own guidelines, there must be some type of transaction that makes them think that you're of unsound mind, that you are in danger, that you are not thinking correctly, and they can freeze all assets. However, when Wendy's people demanded that Wells Fargo show them the assets that showed them the transactions that seemed funny, that were going to trigger this law coming into play, they had no transactions. So you can't say that the funds were being mismanaged because there were no odd transactions. You couldn't even pinpoint a transaction. Lawyers also have said time and time again, even if you say transactions, why have you shut down even my ability to view how much money is in my account? What has been taken out? What has been put in? Why can't I even look at my online bank statements? You, under the Security and Exchange Commission, you, Wells Fargo, do not have the power to do this. Under federal law and even under your own internal guidelines, that when I signed up for this bank account and when I signed up for a financial advisor, you gave me rules you would play by. You're not even playing by your own rules. Wendy is demanding that you show cause for why I cannot pay my bills, why I cannot keep my business going. People have speculated that this Lori woman is just bitter Betty. She's mad she got fired and she decided to mess up Wendy's bag, and it looks like it's going. Now, other people speculated that this is the network working to actually release false information about Wendy in order to get her off of the Wendy Williams show. Now, do I think, or anyone thinks, that they're working in tangent with Wells Fargo? No, that's a bit much. However, it seems like these false narratives that were put out about Wendy's mental health, well, allegedly false narratives, are something that Lori used to throw a monkey wrench in Wendy's plan to move her assets to another bank. It was widely reported that it was also additionally like, what are you guys doing? Because Wendy and the power of attorney. It was not clear on whether whether her son had power of attorney. However, Wendy herself in to court documents actually says this out of her mouth. She has signed sworn statement and sworn testimony. I would put them on the screen, but I'm sick of you bloggers watching my videos and looking at my stuff and literally screen recording it and then posting it as your own. If you are a blogger listening to this right now, you know who I'm talking to. But y'all, let's get back into this, all right? Let me read you verbatim what it says. And I'm going to go live to actually share the documents, okay? So don't worry. My Tattle Tells will get them, but I'm going to go live to share the documents a little bit later. But in the meantime, let me actually go over the sworn declaration does say that she has already suffered and is in danger of continuing to suffer imminent and irreparable harm in that Wells Fargo refusal to unfreeze Wendy's accounts and financial assets poses a serious financial hardship to the health and safety of Wendy, her family, and her business. Right? Wendy also says that she has defaulted. Right? She has defaulted. This is her own words. Wendy also says that I have defaulted and I am at risk of defaulting on several bills and financial obligations, including but not limited to my mortgage payments and my employee payroll. And her employee payroll. She goes on to say that she demanded that they be unfreezed. However, nonetheless, despite the urgency of curing the irreparable financial damage in a good faith effort to resolve this matter within the court to intervene, I advise my attorneys to wait until February 3rd before filing the emergency petition with the court in order to allow Wells Fargo the opportunity to remedy this controversy without the need of judicial and or arbitrational. Y'all, that's what you know Wendy's going for the money, but there's more. It appears that Sheeler is a disgruntled employee. Disgruntled. She uses those words. She goes on to say that it appears that Sheeler was and is disgruntled by the decision for a potential change in direction. And it saddens me that Wells Fargo and I have not been able to resolve this controversy amicably. Moreover, and this is the bomb that we need to be dropped. They keep saying that they believe that Wendy is of unsound mind. However, Wendy points out, Wells Fargo themselves said that they would give her despite overtures of their in-house legal, would give a ruling after I provided them with a properly executed witness and notarized power of attorney and signed letter of representation as requested. Wells Fargo has yet to advise me of their legal team's decision and has instead engaged the law firm regarding this matter. Y'all, let me tell you what all that meant. Wendy is coming for blood. She is going to sue Wells Fargo. She is going to get damages. But listen, my gossip, my scam sense are tingling. There is something amiss. Now, who knows if it's coming from Wendy's side or if it's coming from Lori and Wells Fargo. But the fact that they won't even let her see her account, you guys, something is really amiss. We are going to be covering this trial. I'm going live with the court documents. You guys, join me then. I'll see you soon. Let me know if you have any questions. Like, subscribe, comment, but turn your notifications on, because if you love all things Wendy Williams and you want her to win, make sure you keep your notifications on, because y'all, Wendy is going to the mat, and I pray and I hope she is successful. All right, my little TisaTells, I'll talk to y'all later.